Today we have a little twist in the day's schedule. Yeah, we'll start with a little bit of prayer to God, children, followed by some talking on some manners and etiquettes, and then we move on to some little song, and then we go on to our stories. Yeah, yes, okay. So let's get started. Prayer for God. So, God, we thank you for the night and for the pleasant morning light, for rest and food and loving care around, and all that makes the day so fair. Help us to do the things we should, to be to others kind and good, in all that we do, in work and in play, to grow more loving every day. Let's do this once again. God, we thank you for the night and for the pleasant morning light, for rest and food and loving care, and all that makes the day so fair. Help us to do things we should, to be to others kind and good, in all that we do, in work or play, to grow more loving every day. Right? So, with this, we move on to a little song. God's love, it's so wonderful. God's love, it's so beautiful. God's love, it's so wonderful. God's love, it's so beautiful. Oh, wonderful love. Oh, wonderful love. So high, you can't get over it. So deep, you can't get under it. So high, you can't get over it. So deep, you can't get under it. So wide, you can't get around it. Oh, wonderful love. Oh, wonderful love. Let's do this once again. God's love, it's so wonderful. God's love, it's so beautiful. Oh, oh, wonderful love. So high, you can't get over it. So deep, you can't get under it. So wide, you can't get around it. Oh, wonderful love. Oh, wonderful love. Oh, wonderful love. So I hope you enjoyed this little song. Moving on, let's talk about the power of vegetables. Yes? So I'm sure all of us know that vegetables are very powerful, and for children and for adults it is very, very, very important to have vegetables. So children, let's talk a little about the power of vegetables, how vegetables can help us, how they can make us strong, healthy, fit and powerful. Yeah. So first, uh, hi. So I have a viewer here. Hi, Alex. I hope you're enjoying this session. So, tomatoes makes your cheeks red. Carrots make you jump ahead. Let's start again. Tomatoes makes your cheeks red. Carrots make you jump ahead. Spinach makes you very strong, healthy. Peas makes you dance around. So spinach makes you very strong. Peas makes you dance around. Eat your vegetables every day. You will always be happy, strong, healthy and gay. Let's do it once again. The power of vegetables. We are talking about children vegetables. Tomatoes make your cheeks red. Carrots make you jump ahead. Spinach makes you very strong. Peas makes you dance around. eat your vegetables every day, you will always be happy, strong, fit, healthy and gay. So it is important, children, to eat our vegetables, right? So that we become healthy, strong, fit and happy children. Yeah? Yes? So now what do we have to do? The next, do we talk a little about good manners, children? Yes? So let's talk about quickly about a few good manners that all of us, all children can maybe recapitulate. I'm sure all of us know what good manners are, but we can recapitulate it together. So the first one is always wash your hands, children, before eating anything, eating your food, your snack. It is always important that we nicely wash our hands, right? And after eating also, it is important to wash our hands nicely, right? So let's sing a little about and talk a little about washing hands. How washing hands is important for all of us, not only children, but all of us, adults as well. Yes? Washing hands is fun to do. Yes? Washing hands is fun to do. It keeps the germs off me and you. Let's do it again. Washing hands is fun to do. It keeps the germs off me and you. Before our meal or after play, we need to wash those germs away. Yes? So once again, washing hands is fun to do. It keeps the germs off me and off you. Before our meal and after play, we need to wash our hands. Yes, to wash the germs away. So after playing in the yard, use some soap and scrub real hard. So after playing in the yard, use some soap and scrub real hard to wash those germs away. Do we want to do it once again? One last time. Importance of washing hands. Washing hands is fun to do. It keeps the germs off me and off you. Before our meal or after play, we need to wash the germs away. So after playing in the yard, use some soap and scrub real hard to wash those germs away. Yes, so this is one good habit, good manner to wash hands after play, before meal, after meals, right? To keep those monster germs away. Yes. Second, it is always important to keep a handkerchief or a cloth while we cough or while we sneeze. Yes, it is always important to keep a handkerchief, a hand towel while we sneeze or cough, children. Yes. Third, it is always important to seek permission. If you are entering your parents' room, your siblings' room, your friend's room, it's always important to seek permission. Knock the door before you enter their room, right? It's also a part of good manners, good habits. And now let's talk about 3 magical words. Please, thank you and sorry. So please, when you are requesting somebody to help you, it is important to use the courtesy please. If somebody has helped you around, it is important to have gratitude, to thank them, because gratitude is the best attitude. Yes? So it is important that we thank the person who has helped us, right? Even in small chores, even in big chores, it's important to thank people around. And by error, if we have done something, maybe written on the walls, children, with the crayons or pencil, and our parents tell us, what is this, why did you spoil the walls? It's important to accept, right? And then say sorry. It's important to say sorry and not repeat that. Yes, so sorry also keeps us grounded and makes us humble and polite people, right? And kindness is also very important. We should not make fun of anyone. we should always encourage people around us. We should never make fun of our friends also. We should always help the other person grow. Yes? So these are a few good manners and etiquettes that we have learned today. We spoke about, the importance of washing hands as an etiquette. We talked about the power of vegetables. Yes, how our vegetables keeps us healthy, strong, fit, and we can be happy children, happy people, right? So for healthy mind, it is important to eat healthy. Healthy eating keeps our hi. No, I'm not finishing off. Lovely to see you. I am going to go on to the next set of stories here, right? I was just talking to children about some manners. We did some songs, right? So we are going to be continuing it. Yeah, we have certain set of stories. It's so nice to see you all online. Thank you for joining in. Right, children? So now I guess we've talked, we sang a song. We did a little bit of prayer to God. We thanked God. We talked about gratitude being the best attitude. We talked about the power of vegetables, right? We talked about the importance of washing hands, and we talked about some good manners, magical words, please, thank you, and sorry, right? So I guess now all children and all of us who are viewing our show here are, waiting for some set of stories, some short set of stories. So let's get started to the stories, yeah, for the day. Okay, so let's get started. Are we all ready? Yes, I can't see chats. Are we all ready? Yes, we are ready for some stories. So in the part 2 today we have a few short stories again. Yes, okay, thank you. So the first set of story here is going to be the cap seller and the monkey for our little kiddos. Okay. So once upon a time there was a cap seller. He traveled far and wide on foot to different towns and villages. He put the caps in a huge basket and carried the basket on his head. Whenever he went, on one hot day, he was crossing a forest. He sat under a big tree and put his heavy basket aside and slept for some time. He was tired, so he slept for some time under the big tree. A group of monkeys sitting on the tree were observing the cap seller. Let's see what's next. A group of monkeys saw the caps in his basket. They climbed down the tree and took the caps one by one out of his basket and started playing with the caps around. The cap seller woke and saw his basket empty. He got surprised. He was very surprised to see the monkey play with his caps. The cap seller shouted, "Hey, give me my caps back! Give me my caps back!" The monkeys only mocked back in response. The cap seller pointed at his cap and said, and kept shouting, "I want my caps back! I want my caps back! Give it back to me!" But with no luck, because the monkeys started imitating the cap seller. The monkeys only pointed fingers and moved. He realized and began to think that the monkeys were only imitating him. He suddenly had an idea. He took the cap he was wearing on his head and threw it to the ground. The monkeys did the same in response. They all threw their caps to the ground too. The cap seller quickly collected happily all the caps, put them back into their basket and went happily. So here, children, this little short story is talking about wisdom before action again, right? So it is always important to not get worked up in adverse situations, always to think before we take action, right? And any action that we take after applying a wisdom is always right. So it is always important to stay cool, calm, composed, think before taking any action, be it any situation, right? So this was my first set of story for today. Second, moving on. Do you want to listen to the next set of story? Yes? Yes? Okay. So the dog and its reflection is our second story for today. Once upon a time, in a small town, there lived a little dog. Do you know his name? No? Any guesses? Do you want to guess the name of this little dog? Yes? Yes? No? Okay. Let me tell you the name. So the little dog was named Juno. Let me spell that out for you. Juno. Juno. So once upon a time, in a small town, there lived a dog called Juno. One day he found a big piece of bread. He jumped with joy and wagged his tail. He was very happy and glad that he has got a big piece of bread to eat today. But now this dog Juno wanted to eat this big bread piece on his own. He did not want to share it with anyone. He was just waiting to go to a lonely place and quickly grab his piece of bread without sharing it with any of his friends. Let us see now what came next on his way. On his way, he came to a small stream. There was a bridge over the stream. As he was walking across the bridge, he saw his own image in the stream. But this little dog, Juno, thought it was another dog, just like him. He had no idea that it was his own reflection. Juno thought it was another dog, just like him, which also had a big piece of bread in his mouth. And Juno's mouth started watering that, wow, it is going to be so great. I have one piece of bread, big piece of bread in my mouth. The other one, Juno thought that I'm going to grab from this dog. So then I get to have two big pieces of bread for the day. Let us see what's in store for Juno today. He thought that the big piece of bread in other dog's mouth was bigger than the one he had. He was greedy and wanted the other piece of bread too. So he barked at the other dog. As soon as Juno opened his mouth wide, the big piece of bread he had in his mouth fell into the stream. Juno lost his own big piece of bread too, because of his own greed. So, children, he had nothing to eat for that day. Because of his own greed, he lost what he had for himself. So, without any option left for him, Juno started walking away sadly with no food for the day. So, the moral of this story is stay happy, content, and satisfied in what you have. Greed is of no use. It is of no use, right? So Juno was left with nothing. Because of his greed, he lost indeed the stuff that he had for himself. So I hope you enjoyed this story as well. Yes? So we move on to the next story, our third story. I'm sure you would definitely enjoy this story. This is about a little girl. Do you want to guess the name of the girl? Hi, we have a few viewers online. Hi, Devika. Hi, Alex. So we have Hunting Hagrid also. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for viewing the show this morning, taking out your valuable time, precious time from your busy schedules in the morning. Thank you so much for joining in. Yes. Moving on to the third story here. We have the story about a little girl. Do you want to guess the name of the girl? Who would be the girl? Any guesses? Who are we going to talk about? A little girl with golden locks. Any guesses? Okay, let me tell you. So the title of the story is Goldilocks and Three Bears. Let's see what's there in the story. Wow, yes, one of our viewers is right in saying that it's Goldilocks. Yes, thank you so much. There once lived a little girl named Goldilocks. She had gold long hair, beautiful locks. Why was her name Goldilocks? Anyone knows? Because she had beautiful golden locks, golden hair, right? And hence she was named Goldilocks. So one day she lost her way in the forest. Goldilocks saw a house while she was wandering in the forest. It belonged to three bears, but Goldilocks had no idea about that. So the house was of Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and the baby bear. Yes? Goldilocks entered the house and saw 3 bowls of porridge on the table. Yummy porridge. Yeah, and her mouth got watered. That wow, today I have lots and lots to eat. She tasted the porridge from the first bowl that was for Papa Bear. But it was too hot, right? So she couldn't eat it all. Then she tried the porridge from Mama Bear's bowl, but it was too cold. She did not enjoy it either. Then she ate porridge from Baby Bear's bowl and said, "Ah, the porridge is just right for me. Wow, what a yummy porridge." After eating the porridge, she was very happy because her tummy was full. So after eating the porridge, Goldilocks walked into the living room. There she saw 3 chairs. Goldilocks first sat on Papa Bear's chair, but it was too hard. She did not feel comfortable at all. Then she sat secondly on Mama Bear's chair, but it was too soft. She wasn't happy sitting on that either. Finally, Goldilocks then sat on Baby Bear's chair, but it broke into pieces. Let's see what's next. Goldilocks then went to the bedroom. She was very tired after eating, after enjoying sitting on each and every chair, trying her experimenting on chairs. She was very, very, very tired. Yeah. Goldilocks then went to the bedroom. She saw 3 beds. Yes, but it was so the first bed. She wanted to try the first bed. Let's see what happened. First, she saw and lay down on Papa Bear's bed. But it was too hard. She wasn't comfortable here. Then she tried Mama Bear's bed, but it was too soft. She wasn't comfortable here either. Then, finally, she saw a little bed that was of the baby bear. And she said, "Wow, it is just right." Soon she fell asleep. She was tired and she slept. When the 3 bears came home, they saw their home into a mess. They were surprised looking at their living room. Someone had eaten their porridge already and sat on their chairs too. Baby Bear was very sad to see his chair broken already. Later, the 3 bears went to their bedroom and saw that their beds had already become messy. Papa Bear and Mama Bear wondered who had slept on their beds. Baby Bear was surprised to see a little girl already sleeping on his bed. Just then, Goldilocks, in surprise, woke up and saw the 3 bears. She was so scared that she jumped out of the bed and ran away and never to return. Right? So, children, the moral of the story here is that it is always important to seek permission. What Goldilocks did was not right. She did not seek permission, right? While entering into somebody's house while making herself comfortable into somebody's house, while making someone's house messy, while eating away someone's lunch, right? So it is always important that we must seek permission. So it is also one of the manners, good manners that all of us have learned today. Yes, kids? That seeking permission is very important. It's one of the good etiquettes. Yeah, etiquettes, one of the manners. That always knock the door while entering even your parents' room, your siblings' room, your friend's room. So already that we have spoken about manners, we have also read a story which is also to follow manners, good manners. Yes? Now, do we also want to listen to another set of stories for today? Can our viewers let us know? Yes, no, maybe? Sure. Okay. So there are a few members here who want to hear to the next set of story. So this is my fourth story for today. The talkative tortoise. Turtle. Yeah, let's see how the talkative tortoise is talking. Long, long ago, there lived a tortoise and two storks near a pond in a forest. They were best of friends. The tortoise was very talkative. Days passed and soon summer, hot summer arrived. Trees in the forest started to dry. The ponds were also drying up. The storks decided to fly to a better place where they could get food and water to drink. When they had gone to the tortoise to say goodbye, the poor little tortoise started crying. The storks could not see him crying and said to him that let's come up with an idea, let's come up with a plan. So they brought a long stick and asked the tortoise to hold the stick in the middle of his mouth. Let's see what's in store in the story. The storks warned the tortoise not to open his mouth because if he did, he would fall down. The tortoise promised the storks that he would not talk and will follow how the storks have instructed him to be quiet, closing his mouth. The storks held the stick at both the ends with their beaks. The storks started flying higher and higher. They crossed hills, valleys, and fields. The tortoise was waiting to talk because he was a talkative tortoise. Now let's see what happens to him. The tortoise was waiting to talk, but he remembered the promise and kept quiet. Soon they were flying over a town. The people of the town saw the storks carry the tortoise in their mouth. They started clapping and shouting. This made the tortoise angry. He could not control his anger. He opened his mouth to say something and thud fell the tortoise. So children, you see, the moral here is that when you've been asked to abide by certain rules, it is important that you abide by certain rules. Yes? If you don't, that's how the end is. The turtle fell and broke his head. He did not follow the instructions given by his friends. So I hope you enjoyed the set of stories today. If you want, we can close our story tale for today with a little song once again. Yes? Do we sing to a little song that we learned today? Okay. Let's sing that little song again that we learned today. 1, 2, 3, start. God's love, it's so wonderful. God's love, it's so beautiful. God's love, It's so wonderful, God's love. It's so beautiful. Oh, wonderful love. Oh, wonderful love. So high, you can't get over it. So deep, you can't get under it. So high, you can't get over it. So deep, you can't get under it. So wide, you can't get around it. Oh, wonderful love. Oh, wonderful love. Thank you everyone for watching to this show today. I hope you all enjoyed our little talks, our little chat together, our little short stories, right? Our little song, our little good habits, manners, yeah? Power of vegetables, the three magical words, please, thank you, and sorry. I will be back with my part 3 episode soon. Signing off for today. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. All the viewers watching online, thank you so much. It was fun having you all. Thank you for all your lovely comments. You've definitely made my day. So, with this, I am signing out for today. Bye, everyone. Love you all. Hope to see you all in my next episode. Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you so much for enjoying.